Welcome to Altero, a world filled with romance,
Seduction.
danger,
Oh no, watch out.
intrigue,
Ooh, what's that about?
night creatures, secrets,
Shh, I'll never tell.
and of course, food.
Yummy.
So join us in Altero for Eat, Slay, Love.
Eat, slay, love.
Welcome to another episode of Altero's Eat, Slay, Love here on QuestKeep. You might be watching us on Twitch or on YouTube. Welcome in. Now, before we jump into our story today, we'll of course start, as we always do, with a little bit of housekeeping from Trevor.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching, listening, or however you ingest this. Those are the only two ways I can think of, really. There's not another way available that I'm aware of. Let us know in the comments.
A vibration-based one? That'd be fun.
That's listening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how
I mean,
sound
you
works.
could record it onto something
Feel
and then eat that.
What
like,
if you-
like USB.
A wafer
What
stick
roaster.
or
if you
something
got
like-
it taken all as a vibration and then you got it put into a massager?
Ooh.
Oh,
Massage it into your skin.
touch
Yeah,
touch
fair.
Whoa, okay. This goes off the rails.
Anthem did what?
Sniff love.
Magic wand for my shoulder.
Alec going crazy today.
Sorry, we just finished doing our sound check where we get cues from Dylan and do a bunch of weird improvised stuff. So clearly everyone's still taking cues of things,
Yeah.
which is good. It's how we should do it.
It was a horny one.
If you're wondering what sound check is,
Didn't have to be.
you can watch that exclusively on our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/questkeep and you can get access to our library now of sound checks and our Dice Unfolded episodes, which is the debriefs that we do after these episodes, or what did you say, decompress?
Sure.
I said debrief and you used a better word recently and I was like, ooh, I like that better. It's okay. Yeah, it's there. But yeah, the best way to support the channel and to help us continue to bring you super fun tabletop content and the bonus extras that you get on Patreon is to go to Patreon and support us there. You also can get discounts on merch, which you can get at ttrpg. ttrpg. That's I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Whatever it is.
It's been happening a lot. I'm probably not sleeping enough, but that's okay. That's where you can get
Too much
that
Book Club
stuff.
7 for you.
Yeah, Book Club 7. Ooh, what a time. If you want to know what that is, go to our Patreon. Yeah, if you want to look back and see what Matt told me to say about those things, then you can go to YouTube and watch our
Deconstruct.
maybe it might have been, I don't know. To be sure, go check out all of our history. Our history? No, that's not the word. Our archive of episodes that we've done all of our tabletop adventures on our YouTube. Comment along the way, whatever you're watching, and we'll get back to you. And remember to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you very much. And yeah, another way to support the channel is through our affiliates. If you are looking for ways to amp up your tabletop adventures, you can do so. I was going to say through so. My brain is backwards today. Having trouble. Whatever. Where was I?
Affiliate links.
That's what it was. Go to Beacons. I've said in our bio, which is on beacons.ai. Go check that out. That's where you can get to our either Hero Forge or Kobold Press affiliate links. And if you're going to get anything from those two providers, you can get what you need and also support the channel that way. Thank you very much. We are about to go back into the world of Altero, the Homebrew world, which is created by Matt and Roz. But before we do, we would like to recognize the privilege to work, play, and create on the traditional territories of the Musqueam people, and we encourage you at home to go to native-land.ca and learn more about the world you inhabit before history is rewritten. That's where my brain's at. That's why it's all scrambled.
The world is a lot right now.
It's a lot!
The world's a lot right now.
What an interesting timeline.
Let's do dice rolling and fantasy stuff.
Let's have fun with our friends and maybe only make it a little bit about monsters and capitalism.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you guys ready to
Only a
go
bit.
back to the world?
Let's allegorically challenge those things.
Let's do something about it in our fantasy world.
Hell yeah.
Yes, let's
Where we
go.
can feel powerful.
Back to Altero.
We can affect change. The ultimate fantasy.
A long rest where you actually regain spell slots. At the end of our last episode, we got on a train. We are traveling all the way from the capital Portalis in the country of Orleana to Cote-Ferraux, a city that we briefly mentioned many moons ago when we talked about a wedding that was going to be happening there. And there were some invitations floating around. You've learned a lot more about that since then through interacting with the ambassador of wares, a werewolf, in Portalis, that capital city, Valor Bodengrim. And she told you about that the wedding is supposed to be this joint wedding event. There are two people trying to get married, and there's another couple, and they are also wares. They would be inviting all of these interesting people from across the country to be here at this wedding event. But it's all on hold. And it's all mixed up somehow in the same global problem. Somehow, the gods have tasked the four of you with helping to solve.
Yes.
Which is that there is a loose wizard and a new god.
Let's have a weird. Go through whatever else you're.
Loose wizard, new god, shitstorm. What you got?
I have a quick question about the state of things that only upon reviewing the most recent episodes, there was something that Alla was talking about at one point. Because we were talking about how the passage of time is weird and whatnot, but the moons are stuck in phase, so they're staying full and they haven't changed. But the sun is still rising and setting.
We still have days happening. Yes.
So, are the moons immobile? Are they stuck in the same positions in the sky, or are they moving?
They seem to be static.
Well, they would have to be geosynchronously locked for them to.
Were the moons,
For them to be visible at all times.
when it was normal, were the moons, were they like our moon where we only see one face of it all the time? Where they're just locked? Yeah. Okay.
But they're full,
Yes.
which only happens when they're catching all of the sun.
Yes.
Not shadowed by the planet. So if the sun is still rising and setting, are they still luminous in the daytime?
It's variable, but it's
Just always full,
Yep.
luminous.
Magically luminous.
Fuck! That's weird. Okay.
yeah.
They're
Everywhere you
locked
go.
in place in the sky. They're not.
Yes,
They're not
that is correct.
moving.
And everywhere you go, people are like, "Moon's weird," and you guys are like,
Yeah.
"Yeah."
Sure is.
We got shit to do.
That ain't right.
That's
And it's
very-
why when you've been in places, people are experiencing it, but they're also like, either they are like Aurora in the city, where they are working to do something about it, or people are just like, that's fucked up. I assume people are doing something about it.
Yeah.
And lots of people here do have faith in gods, and so they are attributing this celestial event to either good or bad things that might be coming for people.
Are the tides all fucked up?
Yeah, but not in like a yet. Like everyone, like when you were, do you remember when you were on board the ship, and there was their quartermaster, and he was talking about you guys called him Sam the Eagle. He was talking as a storm druid about how what is coming for the nature of the planet is going to be impacted by this.
It's very hard to navigate.
Yeah.
The American way.
Jay, you remember him? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and his big concern is that this could have lasting impacts, but it also could not, because if the gods can make this change happen, they can maybe reset things as well. So the outcome of this, everyone is waiting to figure it out. Is it potentially?
It's full to everyone around the world. Like the moons. Locked in place, no matter where you are. It's like when a painting's eyes keep watching you.
Oh yeah, everyone is rightfully just like, oh no.
This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But they also, some of them, literally have faith that this is the will of the gods. And that it will resolve itself by the will of the gods, one way or the other. Either someone out there did something bad and deserves to be punished and something's coming, or something good and a boon will come to people. You are seeing other groups of people sprout up in different kinds of cults, and people are worshiping different gods.
Slimes are gaining sentience.
Slimes are gaining sentience. So what do you remember about at the end of our last episode?
We did a sneaky opening to sneaky train section to train section to find Charkus.
Yeah, it was very sneaky.
No, it wasn't. They found them. I was like, Santua. It was just scaring people.
You were like, I'm coming in. Put your pants on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Put your pants on.
And
or not.
And they were being a little bit more coy about it, but not much more. And they found Charkus, the were-slime, who was pretending to be 4 people.
4 people.
Yeah, but really only one of them was actually Charkus because he's like.
Yeah. Charkus, also from the beginning of our story, where you interacted with him, he seemingly exploded and died, but instead you've learned he can reform himself and form those pseudopody slimy limbs into all sorts of different shapes.
He's a were-ooze. So
a
we call him a were-slime because
Yeah.
it rolls off the tongue better. And yeah, we were just sort of sussing out. Anthem came to some like major conspiracy theory. Look at the fucking chart, man. Realizations, which are seemingly now being kind of corroborated by Charkus. But Onovin was about to deep dive into Charkus's mind, and you said, "We'll figure that out next time." And I went, "Next year."
And so it has been.
Yeah.
And then some.
Yes.
So, do you want to start with, because you were in the process of beginning the deep dive, do you want to start with where you left off with a thought?
Oh yeah, there was just right as we were wrapping up, there was just something that I wanted to say to Charkus. Sure, because I don't know that Onovin is trying to do his thing. It's magical and slippery. Yeah.
I think the requirements of it are like enough that I would want to verbalize that is what I'm going to do. And I told him as much that I would do it for him as a gift to him because he doesn't remember his past either, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And also keeping in mind that the last time I did this, I maybe got trapped inside the psyche of a gold dragon. So like, I gotta level this up a bit.
Actually, the last time you did it, you went into a sentient dust bunny named Chonkers.
Oh yeah, that too. I forgot about him.
That is a hell of a prog album title. Trapped in the psyche of a golden dragon.
It's still just a Tool album cover, but yeah, it's like it's like the vellum. So like each layer peels back a new layer of it. We have fun.
Charkus, okay, I know that you want to end Paladin. You're willing to face your own demise and be burned
yours.
with ash, and sure, but I would like for you to go on living. I think you deserve it. You don't seem terrible. And should you get through this alive, I think you should seek out Valor Bodengrim, who is a were ambassador who's fighting for the rights of wares. And then you can find a place in this world.
Lofty, noble goals.
Yeah, but like, why not?
I don't want to be distracted, I think, is my focus.
Yeah, I mean, after this focus, Paladin meets his end if you survive.
Yes, but if I worry too much about surviving, I might not go through with what I need to do to make it happen.
We'll help.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. That's sort of like our thing, if we worry about surviving, then,
I'm going
Not
to jump
surviving
off
could
a
be part of our
cliff
hero
if I
thing,
have
so.
to. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
There are no lifelines.
Oh, okay.
What?
I'm just saying you might have more to live for than you realize.
I think hope is for you. And I appreciate you extending me the chance to indulge my own.
Okay. That's it. I can't force you to.
I'm gonna step out while you're starting this and head to the dining cart to see if I can buy a couple bottles of wine and bring some cups back.
Do you bring chonkers?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just me.
Well-
Now, you suspect you have a way to get some information, glean more from the insides of my smooth mind.
It has less to do with what I can learn about you and more to do with what you can learn about you.
I'll take anything.
Good. Then you are not, then you've not completely abandoned all hope.
I'm going to message into Onavin's mind. And I say to you, while you're in there, look for anything that they might have seen about Paladin interacting with Madame Farine or anyone from Allah's past or anyone from the Kegforge family or anyone from your house, even though I know you think you can trust them all. I don't know that you can.
I know for a fact that I cannot.
Okay.
No, it's just like snap. It's a snap moment. Move on.
Okay,
So
so
know that you know anyone from my past to
no,
look for.
no, I
'Cause
wouldn't.
he's not met Astrid. That's only it.
Word. But he might be able to look for something that mentions Alalaris, right?
Clues.
He's just doing like a query search.
Just Control F.
Yeah.
Alla, Control F, Alagripinia,
Yeah.
Control F, Saucy Paladin.
Just this djinn named F that's just like, God damn it, again?
Okay, I am going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Describe for us what this looks like.
It is like when you hit the the stabilize feature when you're editing video, but it's placed on like his forehead and mine, and it just hyper stabilizes it to where that's the only focus, and then like everything just goes away from the background. The depth of field, shout out to depth of field, goes like too far back, and then crashing into his
This is where you
mind.
take the camera and
Yeah,
zoom
out, but push in at the same
Yeah.
time.
It's a cool look.
Hitchcock, right? Yeah.
Okay.
It's vertigo.
Yeah.
And you get through into his mind.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to surf past,
All the bullshit. Yeah, yeah.
right? And you can
Surf the wave of bullshit.
he's full of the lies of the persona and the personality, right? Which is the first stuff that you have to get through, and it's a lot of bluster, and literally seems to be these moments of time in his life where he's been doing this character. And you get the surface of the time that you would have interacted with him with Beefcake and that explosion and all that stuff. But then there's the memories of what he was telling you about in this moment where he was called to a council and people were meeting. There was the Gracethorn, this paladin of Zurge. And so you have a visual of who she was and this difference about her compared to the other paladins and people that you've interacted with. And as you see across the table of all these other people, you get a visual of who else was in the room in the moments where he met Lyra and Orlani. So there was another older woman there, full of magical abilities. You know his impression of her is that this falseness about her that he knows because he connects with it, and that beneath all of that she's this hag, and he sees through a lot of her illusions because he knows what's really at her core and dislikes her intensely. There's a couple of other nobles and other characters in the room, that he also has animosity towards. And they are represented in these like quick moments of fake smiles and blustering sweatiness. And he's doing the same thing, where he pretends to be like them and interacts with them and hates every moment of it. And then he's offered this gift from Lyra, which is what he's been searching for, to really understand who he is. And he has an offer in that moment to do what Paladin has forced him to do, fight for him, at the cost of himself, but for the payment of receiving the answers he's looking for. What was I? How did I come to be this? How do I change this about myself? And he instead takes Lyra's offer to get the recipe, how he was made, a copy of Paladin's notes from his book, and betrays him. And that's why he's on the run with you all now. He knows in that moment that the Grace Thorn was defeated by Orlani and Lyra using their magic, but that the hag escaped and fled. Most of the other people in the room that had sworn fealty to Zurge gave up. It's tenuous, and that's what Charkus took away with him. Whatever they're building is weak, for now. But you don't stay there, because that's not really what you're after with him. Yeah. He knows that already. It's what he doesn't know about himself, and what that history represents. All the stuff that's blocked in his mind. And so you keep diving. Yeah. You come through now into the space of his room, which is mind room, which is like a sticky forest.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
Right? Okay. And you don't really take steps, but you feel like it stops you from moving, like you're blocked through it. And so rather than being able to just float forward, you do feel like you're moving through a mucus. It makes mind noises to you, but you can still continue. And you come across...
Do it. Do the noise.
No, I'm disgusted by walking through a field of mucus.
Floating, which is even worse because it means I can't escape the suction.
Do the noise. Trevor was so much better at it than me.
No, it's all good. I mean, this would be like a...
But then slowed down 800 times, on some inception shit, you know.
And yeah, it starts to get really low, right? Because as it slows down, you start to just feel it vibrate, like timpani, right? Drum-like. And now that is all you're experiencing as you see that there are giant trees, and they all have doors carved into them.
What's this?
And there are signs above each of them as you move past them. Things that he keeps hidden or that have been forcibly hidden inside his mind.
I am going to apply some of my understanding of I guess non-Newtonian fluids, right? Like if I try to rush this, it will create more resistance. But if I go slow, I can make my way through.
Exactly, like Oobleck.
Yes. Yeah. Not to be confused with Ooblex, which is
which is not unlike what we have. Okay, so as you put gentle pressure through the space with your mind, you can see that we'll resolve some doors. Some of them say things like, "Here I store genitals. Here I store all the bad things I've ever done." You see another one that has information that is all just done in pictorially, which is triangles.
Did you say here I store genitals?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he can either recall things or transform into things, then that would make sense.
Whether the
I have a.
call
The
that a
ball
tickle
closet.
The ball closet.
I mean, you saw but didn't fully understand that. I have a room full of faces, so there's that.
Wait. We saw?
Yeah, but you didn't fully understand.
Yeah, we might have thought it was more metaphorical.
Yeah.
one of the doors resolves into cookies with raisins, brackets, and other things I loathe with all my being. These are the kinds of doors, and so you can pick ones to try, or you can go specifically to some of these.
What were the things on that one?
Cookies with raisins and other things I loathe.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Based on the way these the way these like trees and doors are structured, like the doors are shut, do I have an understanding that these are things that he currently knows and understands about himself, or things that he has forgotten and locked away?
They seem locked away.
Okay.
And it's you can see spots where he's probably pushed through and tried to get through and open these doors.
Right.
But they might have had silly labels on them or been things about himself that he used to be able to access, but no longer.
Okay.
The labels are not true. Like you can tell that about
Yeah.
the.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna open the raisins door just as an example, just
Right.
to see what happens here.
And your access of it, it's all that same kind of like slimy gelatinousness. It has not been opened, and it peels away with this like sucking. Yeah, thank you. And bits of the tendrils and strings, and then this rush of air because it has not been opened
Right.
recently. And on the other side is a space, not looking like this jelly forest. It is an open room that looks like a laboratory. And it is Paladin walking back and forth. He has all sorts of experiments. He has mushrooms of all sorts of colors. And there are cage spots full of dusty ashes and blood.
Am I seeing this in an abstract way, or from his perspective?
You can look around a little bit and see this is Charkus's.
Yeah.
There are spots of him to have a reflection. It is his vision now. He's not in a cage like everyone else. But he looks over towards a spot in the room where on the floor are old stains that might have represented somewhere he was caged and kept. This is a place where Paladin experimented with sacrifices. And on the wall are all of the symbols and things that he knows about Zurge.
I want to take a mental picture of that, please.
You can tell that this is a memory of how much he hates him now, but he's in service to him to try to figure out more and to understand.
Right.
And the things that he truly hates is Paladin turning to him and nodding and knowing that he is being sent to go collect more people.
Charkus in this state, is he still in ooze, or is he this is pre-transformation?
This is after.
This is
At
after.
this stage. You watch as he moves through the door, but he moves like through the door,
Yeah.
right? He can make himself lots of different shapes and sizes.
Okay. Then I will glean what I need to from this space here, like the nature of the experiments and things like that. Anything that tells me about Surge in particular, and then I am going to back out of it.
Amazing. Okay.
There you go.
Fantastic.
I'm drawing a stupid picture of what I think he looks like.
Okay, so you can pick another door.
Yes. What were my options again? The genital room.
Easter egg, Christmas tree.
From here, as you turn around, you can see general room. You can see bath thoughts.
Bath thoughts?
Yeah. You know, where you're sitting in the bathtub and you got lots of good thoughts.
Is there
I
anything?
assume it's close to the genital room.
Is there anything? Is there anything that might harken to childhood?
You notice that there is a tree that doesn't even have a door on it, but it's shaped like the rest of them.
Yeah.
But your experience in other mines is that nothing is literal, and you can still walk through this space.
Everything is something. Everything represents something. Then yeah, I will approach the tree without a door. Are there leaves or anything on it? Then what I'll do is I will kind of float to the top of it and look into a leaf. I will open my third eye, and I will let a golden light kind of photosynthesize into the leaf and enter the tree that way.
The leaf lights up, and the memory of what you're looking for looks like it starts to play. And then as you're watching it, you fall into it. And it fills your vision entirely. And it is a small greenish yellow ooze in this beautiful open forest of really what this forest would have looked like for real, but still a memory version of it. And just tumbling through the forest is this little oozy boy.
Little happy little easy boy.
Little happy little oozy boy. And you can hear behind him like a narration of a voice that you don't quite recognize. It's kind of high-pitched, kind of annoying. And it's just like, just a simple ooze on the forest floor. Ready for harvest. Look at him just go.
I would like to, based on however an ooze perceives the world, can I recognize who this voice is coming from? Is it like a face that Onovan might know, or even be able to perceive?
Yeah, roll a wisdom check.
Okay.
What are you positive?
That's a natural 20.
Hey!
+1, I guess, if you kind of.
Nope.
You take so much risk here, but you actually sense the confidence that you have now, because if you need to be pulled out, your team might be able to do that for you. So you take the risk that you fall in to the slime and let this motion happen as though its own perception, as it spins,
Definitely a Tool album.
Yeah.
you feel it kind of tip over to one side, and you're experiencing things the way it experienced things, which is wild.
And like not human, not humanoid, not yeah.
But it has senses, and so as you meld the two of you, you see this sense now that you put together into how you would understand it, of a field behind you, part of the forest, and a younger version of Paladin.
It's like Daredevil's vision.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a world on fire, but it's a world on slime.
Yeah.
I imagine a slime tastes and smells through rolling over things. Yeah.
And it's actually been,
Get on a slugfoot.
it's like he's been leaving a trail of things.
Right.
And it's been coming towards him.
Oh, I see. So he's like luring it in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Interesting.
What do you use to lure a slime?
It's been picking up anything that's new.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's excited by things that are different. Yeah. If I've already had one of these and I've never absorbed this.
Right.
And it's almost like if you hear Paladin talking to it, it's making fun of how stupid he thinks it is.
Right.
And it doesn't know how to perceive.
Right.
And he's telling it, I'm gonna make you amazing.
Right.
Because in just 7 days.
This is a younger. This is a, very good. This is a younger Paladin, right? Is what's different about Paladin's like demeanor? Like he does. Is he a man still without love?
Ooh. Oh, to perceive that. His eyes are still wild. He looks broken. Younger. Healthier, maybe.
Right.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
Like he's been an adventurer.
Yeah.
He's got, like, some athleticism to him. But his eyes are a little wild, and you can tell, you would guess he cries when he is by himself. There is redness. There is a sadness to him.
Yeah. So it's like that, like post-divorce, but like I could still bounce back, like that kind of vibe. Yeah. Cool.
I lost everything in the divorce, but you know, I'll make it back.
I'll make it back. I could do this. Yeah, got it.
He's currently, like, telling all of what he can to a slime.
Yeah. Got it.
Oh boy. He's having a rough time.
You'll hear the name. I'll give you with a nat 20. I'll give you the name Winslow.
Okay.
Carl Winslow?
Michael Winslow.
Or more. She will
Oh.
pay.
Okay. Laura Winslow.
Okay. Here inside of this version, it is what he used to be. If you spend a little time with it, it'll resolve into experiments, torture, sacrifice around, and the moments of becoming a were slime involved traditional true wares and the sacrifice of some lives to create Charkus.
Right.
And there is an intense guilt that suffuses all of this.
Okay.
And then not only did he stay, he helped find others. Because there was a promise of answers and power, and then eventually release.
Okay. So what I will do for Charkus is I will kind of emerge from that memory, and how to put this into a metaphor that his mind will understand without fundamentally hurting him, what I'll do is I will use like my trail through the slime, through like this entire environment, to chart a path that might show him how to let go of the hurt and trauma, like how to like shed that part of him away when he's done with it, and return to the simple like needs and desires and life of just a slime in the forest. Like, charting that path is to say that he can attain that one day and doesn't need to be burdened by these doors, that they can be opened, they can be emptied, and that they can be let go of, and that he can return back to that state, at least mentally, if he wants to. And then I will emerge out of it again and wake up if I can.
And as you emerge out, I'm just like,
You laughed.
She came back with wine.
She came back with wine.
came back with wine. I'm getting ready to wet willy him if in an case of emergency.
Wine in one hand, finger
Yeah.
in the mouth in the with
I
the
just
other.
catch your finger. I'm like, no.
Hey, you come back. You're not all oozy this time.
No, I'm not.
Is it
My gunk?
Yes.
Is it as enlightening as you expected in there? So, what do I know on the inside about defeating Paladin?
You tell me.
Well, I already knew he wanted to kill Love, and that he was promised help from Zurge. I think much the way that I'm manipulated. And I would have said as guilty as him, but perhaps broken by him.
Perspective for you to do with whatever you wish.
I do wish to find new things. Anyway, I see more of Zurge's manipulation of Paladin. Interesting. We are both smaller pawns in this than I had maybe suspected.
And you don't need to further break who you are in order to break him, because he is already very broken, yes?
Who are pawns? You and
Paladin.
Paladin. Oh, okay.
But I mean, I think I associated because I helped and I am complicit that I am just as bad.
No. But you have a choice now.
You said you've only been like this for a year?
That's a lot of time.
No! That's like, you're like a baby.
That's my whole life.
Yeah, I know, but it's not a long time.
It
All of my time.
It also feels like it may have been longer
Then,
than 1 year.
For me.
Yes.
that you've been...
But the other
Charkus
ways.
and
Not as long. Like Amelia.
Wait, what? Amelia?
You know Amelia?
How long's Amelia been there? Or been away? 'Cause she only remembered 6 months?
Yeah.
Yes, but she was someone before that. That's the person that I met and then brought to Paladin.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh.
do you remember who she was?
Some of it, yes.
Was her name...
No.
Like, did she have a different name? Was it still Amelia, or was she, like, rebranded?
It was Amelia. But I could bring her back to her home now if she
Oh. Oh.
wanted to know. But, I mean, this is a lot of maybes. Like, let's first stop the mad, crazy wizard man.
What did the
who-
purple mushrooms do?
It's all about magic sacrifice for Zurge.
Yeah, but... Okay, we know that the spicy and then the other two are just for, like, flavor and whatever. But what do the purple ones do? What effect do they have on peoples?
Well, they help make things like me.
Really?
Oh, so you sacrifice the wares to get the mushrooms to make more wares. That's how he's doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, at least we know that now.
It's also
I mean, that's not that surprising, I guess.
it's also that one was spicy and the other was
Sad.
Savory.
savory, bittersweet. One was anger and the other was sadness,
Yeah.
like Paladin.
I've got some dust.
It doesn't
mushroom
work
dust.
just by feeding them. Like he's got a really complicated. You have to run this way. I was so curious about what else is a part of it.
So it's a spell, right?
Yes.
In combination with the
A
mushrooms.
recipe is a spell.
And there appear to
Spell is a
be
recipe.
there also appear to be runic components involved.
What did you see?
I'm gonna cast a minor illusion, and the symbols that I saw on the wall of the lab, I'm just going to project out. This is what I saw, among other things that are not for your eyes.
Like what?
Genitals.
I saw those also, yes.
Genets?
I've seen plenty of genital. Anyway,
Oh,
Yeah, I
genitals.
like looking at genitals.
That's not what that is.
not relevant.
Slime
Okay,
genitals.
well, where were these? Are you just doing runes?
Yes. They were on the wall of a laboratory owned by Paladin.
And there are experimental ones that are then like, they look like they've been crossed out or modified. And amongst them, you'll pick out that symbol of Zurge, that triangle that's rotating inside itself.
Okay, okay.
There are also symbols from assorted gods.
Should we roll to see what we might each recognize?
Yeah, I would like to.
Well, you recognize your gods as symbols up on the board.
Any triangles?
Lots of triangles.
Oh, are there triangles that have like Alagripinia, Semjua, Eureka, and then
Yeah, I think you know enough about
what else
recognizing.
is around those triangles? Any new information?
I'll just
Yeah, I guess roll a religion. Just to see if they recognize.
religion.
Still only
Nope.
a plus one. That'll do it.
I got a nat 20.
Right in the middle. 11.
I saw this exact thing at the Temple of Simshua.
I got a natural 17.
Good number!
That's it.
You're helping to, manipulate the pieces and make more clear some of the spots where Mog is like, wait a second. And just at this side of the table, you pick up, even with a poor roll and middling, you're still able to see that a lot of the information you already knew. He was putting together with the formation of these spells for Zurge, but he's trying to summon Zurge. He's trying to bring forth power for the new god. And so you get this like notes and stuff that are scribbled there that are about the new god seems to be opposed even early on by, for some reason, not just like it's an evil god. Why is it being opposed by other things? Why are there nature elements but not the god of nature? So there's like questioning there. Where is Perith on all of this? The god of nature. Why is that opposing or not opposing?
What the hell do werewolves have to do with progress?
For yourself, as you're looking at it, you're contemplating access to some information that you did actually read a little bit when you were back at the Temple of Samjua. They did force you a little bit to actually learn something.
I was so resentful.
30%.
Yeah.
And you'll pick out now in here some of the information about Maress, the god of love.
Hey guys, gotta love Maress.
As this
Yep.
shape that is actually broken into 3 and then reassembled in spots here.
I like patterns. This is just another puzzle and pattern. Here we go.
And she's not associated with a triangle,
Right.
but her symbol is made into a shape of 3 parts, and then there are little diagrams and instructions of these 3 things coming in and out of each other. And then lots of hatred scribbled over top of it.
Hatred?
Just scratching it out, writing things about it. You see notes about, no matter what, I will end this with Surge.
Oh, okay.
This is all early scribblings.
Yeah.
It's evolved
what's
over time.
what's happening now is much more advanced, but it's also kind of like shrouded in mystery, where this might reveal more about it or how we could stop it.
As we're doing this, I'm just pouring the wine into like probably the shitty tiny little cups that, you know, whatever their version of a disposable cup is, you know?
Yeah.
Just like into everybody and passing them around, including Charkus. There you go.
Yeah. One thing
Pretty
that,
wine.
for the 2 of you that you're pointing out to people, and that as Monk talks a bit about how Maress itself as a representation is split into 3s, why is it, and then crossed out a lot, but that's Paladin. There's notes there that are from him that you can pull forward now that would have been scribbled on his boards and all of the spots where he was working on his spells to say things that are like notes from him from Surge, which somehow he's getting in contact with this new god, and somehow information is flowing to him. And it's that like, I will convince Surge to slay Maress. Zurge says, wait. I don't want to wait. There's no time to wait. She'll be married, and I will be ruin. They will all suffer.
Wait, did Maress like turn him down and he's like, I'll get her?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he's an arcane incel. Yeah.
No. He was in love with the were-rat.
Isn't that Marcel?
What?
Or
Maress?
Maress,
Maress is
sorry.
the goddess of love. Unless the goddess of love is a were-rat. I don't know.
I'm not good with names.
No, I believe the name is Winslow.
Winslow.
Who's Winslow?
It was a name.
Oh, Winslow?
Who's Winslow?
Winslow and Paladin. It's almost like things are coming. He's like, you are the Slayers of Convenience. He was once an adventurer too.
Oh,
Really?
is there more
Winslow?
to the name? Winslow?
Or Paladin?
Paladin.
Together with a third. What was her name?
Wait a minute. Jack Foxlight or Sal?
Salmora.
Ah,
Jack Foxlight?
the Warlock Smith, and then the Artificer.
The Artificer is Salmora.
Yes.
Salmora is Paladin's.
Best friend.
Are they still best friends?
No.
Which means that the.
Oh, did his best friend steal his love?
Or perhaps they were always in love and he.
Or maybe he was in love with his best friend and then he said something that made it really weird and then they sort of stopped hanging out and then she was like, yeah, it's all jealous and weird now.
That one.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Well, we're going to the wedding of Sal and the Warlock.
Yeah.
So
But
his
then-
best friend,
Then the other wedding was supposed to involve a were-rat, which is probably the one Paladin.
Winslow. Yes.
Is
She
that-
did become a were-rat.
Winslow's a she.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh.
Did she become a were-rat
Because of
before
Paladin?
he started doing all this shit? Or like, she like, now I'll
Do I
create
know
wares?
this? I've heard him. No, he confessed his love to her. She said no.
Did she laugh at him?
His impression of it seems to be that it was quite the inappropriate response.
Did she say his pee-pee is small?
I've seen him naked.
Oh.
That was in the genital room as well. Why do you have
Was
that
it
room?
labeled? Like, where you're like, oh, that's Paladin's.
Paladin's thinking it's just a picture of his face.
Yeah. You know what? Let me update it.
But anyways, like, is it small?
Let us not get sidetracked here. Yes?
I just give you a little fist pump.
Yes. So she said no, and then
I think it ended the adventuring group. It sounds like they all split.
So it got so awkward that it split the party.
I don't know enough about what the truth of that is, because obviously his impression of it was that it was quite righteously unfair.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Was she in love with someone else?
person getting the end of the stick usually thinks that.
I think his impression was that she was manipulated by another.
Oh.
Maris?
Is that also a were-rat?
Yes, he was a were-rat first.
And now he's trying to kill all the wares. This guy sucks.
He is trying to kill all the bears.
Yeah.
They'll all be at the wedding. They'll all be at the wedding.
Oh. Do you think you... How is...
We should pull them all together like he wants.
Yeah.
And then he'll show up for the sacrifice. And then a couple of them might get sacrificed, but we'll catch him.
we will not use innocent lives as bait.
Or no one's innocent and we're gonna save the world.
We will not use innocent lives as bait.
Do you know what's causing
Or at least
the
lives we
wounds?
don't know are not innocent.
We could tell them about it and let them help.
yes.
Like use like, if you let them know, then they can volunteer. That's different than using people as bait. What do you know about the moons and how this is happening?
Gods are taking sides. Something's happening.
Why?
I don't think it's just like I remember Paladin and Zurge having interactions. He would cast spells and summon him, and lots of it would happen when he could do some of the sacrifices, which I am quite guilty of providing. And then Zurge would be able to speak to him, and he would Zurge would speak through his mouth, and he would write down crazy things Zurge was saying. You know, classic
But
god
it's creating more wares to
The
make
sacrifice.
these mushrooms that then create other weird, unique types of
He
wares.
uses those wares as sacrifice to
Make more of those things.
power something else, to power Zurge's rapid change or progress.
But how does?
and the
does that-
weapon.
Yeah. Okay. What's the weapon? Is it something that's a god-killing device?
That's, I think, the idea. To kill Mares, like Paladin asks. But I don't think Zurge is going to do that for him.
What is
Zurge
the
has different plans.
weapon?
What are Zurge's plans?
Well, I think to kill more than just one god.
Okay, so he will do that thing, and then a bunch of others. Or is he like,
Great change.
How is...
kill you, kill you, kill you, Maris, you're cool, sort of.
How are they... Are they planning to trap Maris?
Well, I haven't heard from her.
What?
Why would
are
you
you
have
feeling?
heard from her?
Well, I don't feel anything good or, for myself or anyone else.
I mean, where do gods stay? Where are they?
Oh, I never really thought of it that way.
Yeah, like
Up on the
Semjua is in a field sometimes.
Yeah.
There,
they have residents.
as is my understanding of it, which is minimal, but I believe that has something to say about it also, is that everyone's perspective of a god may inform where they are at any point in time. However, it could be that they are in one location or omnipotent everywhere, suffused into that which exists in their sphere or domain. So Semjua could be in every stalk of wheat, or every beam of sun that helps a plant grow. The goddess of love could be in the heavens or could be in every heart that has ever felt love.
Just like looking
knows?
down the neck of the bottle and like, is that what you are?
But then you've got like the goddess of play, who
Charkus puts his glass out.
in a humanoid body and who mated with and freaking married Lionel, like
Yes.
in humanoid form, living a life, and
Yes.
then goes to the Fae. Like,
Aspects, right? They are many things at once.
but
But she wasn't a goddess, like, wasn't she like a demi or like a prospect?
yeah. This
And
was
then-
her like moment.
Yeah, and they were like, come on, she wrote to shine or something.
Yeah.
So, would she still be omnipotent through that process?
Sorry,
She might not be
I
that.
don't think any of them are
powerful.
omnipotent.
Sorry, I mean, you know what I mean, like
omnipresent.
omnipresent.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, that word.
Maybe coalesced. You know? Like, sort of like me, pressed into
Yeah.
my body.
So are they vulnerable when gods do that? Like if okay. I'm trying to think how this is going to work. How are the mushrooms going to think? What's that weapon? Please answer that question. But like, if you have all these mushrooms and you're doing this thing to experiment, is the idea to kill the goddess of love is to have her take humanoid form and then infect them and turn them into some kind of a were so that they can then be vulnerable?
I believe that he is trying to kill two birds with one stone.
It's an effective use of stones.
What's the other bird?
Love and wares are the two birds.
Oh,
For Paladin,
Yes.
yes.
What about Zurge?
Zurge, I don't know. Is it possible that to kill a god might imbue you with enough power to slay other gods? To take the place to be in control of more than one domain or whatever it may be. I'm just throwing things out.
No.
I like it. Maybe you eat them.
What happens
Like
to
mushrooms.
a god's power when the god is killed? Does the power just go, or can you like? Does the power stay and get absorbed into other things? Like,
No, that's like
you know, like, is there like a power up every time a god dies, and you're like, no, or
But-
is it just like this person's dead? It's just,
Well,
If-
it seems if it's like that,
yeah.
which I don't know for sure, but if you can make a god into a thing and then you can do what you do to them like you do to the wares, and then you have more powerful every time, then you sacrifice one, you make them into something else and more, and it creates things that you can consume.
To sacrifice a wedding full of wares to a god is one thing. To sacrifice a god to another god.
to sacrifice a god who's in were form that then creates mushrooms that you can then consume yourself.
Did you say that?
Delicious. But regardless, I don't really care about any of that. We just want to kill Paladin.
Right, but we don't want to kill Paladin in a way that would make him a sacrifice to that god.
So we just gotta make sure he burns right out.
I mean, we could kill him specifically sacrificing him to a different god.
Yeah. To the
Only-
god of love.
Only if.
I don't know that she'd like
Yes, it would be dependent on the god that they would accept such a sacrifice and what that might do to our souls.
I bet Semjwa would accept a sacrifice.
I could ask her.
You know what? Maybe we don't kill him. Maybe we just cripple him. Cut his tongue out. So
Don't
he can't
To the
talk,
pain.
can't cast spells, to the pain. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Nope.
and look, because I'm thinking
leave
what
his ears.
spits in the face of progress?
Yeah.
Bureaucracy. So we get him arrested and locked up to completely be, ineffectual.
Well, we're arriving in the city, so let's workshop the non-murder plan, because
What?
I'm not a fan.
Is the weapon?
Oh yeah, what is the weapon?
Question mark weapon.
But the mushrooms are key to it.
Yes. I don't know that I understand it well enough to understand it.
Have you seen it? And you just don't understand it?
No.
Okay, it's just like something written on a chalkboard that says, and then insert weapon here.
Well, I mean, even if he drew it as a sword or a spear, how would that? I don't know that I understand that that's literally what it means. You know?
Right.
Right.
What did he draw it as?
Well, it looks like a scythe.
Right.
But I mean, symbols were all over the whole thing, right? So I think it's a symbol.
Okay.
Well, okay, so scythes are used to harvest,
To harvest grain.
well, grain, but I guess
Souls
the mushrooms
also.
harvest the werewolves, get the mushrooms,
Yes.
I mean,
double harvest.
scythe, it could just be a badly drawn question mark.
Could be as well. Yes.
And as we pull into the city, we're gonna take a short break, and we'll come right back and find out where we are here as we arrive to Cote-Ferraux.
Cote-Ferraux. When a statement must be made, it must be made loudly.
Sometimes the only way to face the darkness is to embrace the darkness.
Welcome back, heroes! Yay!
That's us!
I am not a barbarian.
Settle down, settle down.
You do you, babe.
Kill a few people here and there in the name of don't kill me.
There's a little something else in there.
We've been through some stuff together.
This is
haven't
how we create
Peer
bonds.
pressure.
It's been the best part of my life.
I'm not going to the temple.
You start to vomit all over Arin.
No! He had a fling with a tiefling.
Maybe I should wear like a sneaky detective outfit. Are you sure I can't tempt you?
This.
That's not delightful, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fight and you got to turn it into a sex thing, and that damage was trash.
And what is your 7th favorite drink?
Oh my god.
Friends solve puzzle together. Friends, our team. I'm good at killing things, and you guys are passable.
Hello! Oh, lovely wedding.
He is now engulfed in flames.
I think I got in a couple good hits.
Fennel's unconscious again.
Hello, Zap.
Drop a 0.
Estravel!
She is the devil.
Okay, so she's looking for a vessel, and that's...
Do not let that happen.
Focus fire!
You are so hungry. The familiar and unfamiliar faces of everyone you've ever killed. There is no justice here, only sickness. And I am the cure.
No.
Her eyes go black.
Oh no. No, I'm down.
Saving them is... That's it. That's all. That's all. That's everything.
Not ideal to have to kill your friends.
She repeats back words that you said to her once. When a statement must be made, it must be made loudly.
I've found people and I'm starting to feel like a real person again.
Because I have friends. I have friends now.
Oh, it got heavy.
Yeah, that was really
Goddamn.
intense. Welcome to Altero. Hi kids, do you like violence?
Bins are around. The birds are already there.
Oh, I see what's coming.
Look out, my pistol.
Oh, nope, I don't.
So I have 5 attacks with haste, and advantage on all of them.
Your rage is so happy.
No, not the healer. Oh yes, the healer.
No!
2 nat ones.
I mean business!
Boop. There's an amazing group of heroes. They're known as the Steel Wing. They are famous across the world. You 4 players are not those guys. We could all use a little saving, right? Heroes who are gonna kill the shark!
What shark?
There's one thing I know about Tibbles. Always inclined to save babies.
Your gods
have no honor. Believe it.
Enhanced interrogation, I think, is what they call it.
I gag a little and drop him.
I'm just gonna cut off a halfling's leg.
Let us save them. Yeah. Purge them. Screw them.
A loving wife and family, and I am going to seduce him.
Oh.
Get him in the coat, smack him with the hammer.
And what of the sacrificed? Why are they punished for her sins?
Well, you give me fucking back Gordy right the fuck now, or I won't rest until every last bit of this marsh is fucking gone.
You aspire to godhood. Yeah. That is not sacrifice. No. That is hubris.
You have no faith in me. Like, come on. Like, someday those are going to be bells because I've been doing it.
It's not good to have bells, okay?
I'm using my Columbo skills here.
A lot of people are not like a lot of things we think they're like, you know.
Yes, 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 yes. I am Beak.
You want to do our homework together, pal?
If only somebody would invent something to help us add.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I could probably scrounge up an abacus.
Do you even math, bro?
No.
I can't right now. I'm doing math. Have to think on that.
I did bring math into it.
Yep.
Luckily, it's magic, so fuck you guys. Here we go.
Our motto, a friend in need is a friend indeed.
Absolutely.
That is not our motto. Who told you that was our motto?
Home is where the barber is?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That my thoughts don't matter.
Yes.
Damn, I feel like this developed quickly.
When souls touch.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
I'm gonna pick his pockets.
I have a D&T party with my stuffed animals!
No, it's not for the butler, it's for Butler. My name is Butler.
We will be rolling around naked gnomes again.
There's just like droplets of water flying off of him as he flies through the air. And he's naked, like.
How thick is the blade hole?
If you don't lose your pants in harmony,
Those were my
did you
good
really
trousers.
even go?
My name is Goblin of the Bogoblins. Have you ever picked your nose? It's good stuff up there.
She's beauty and she's grace. She'll wreak havoc on your face.
And he just throws the door open, and he's just wearing a towel. Kind of like does some stretches.
That's like the worst pickup line I've ever heard. Maybe the adult hosteler.
Hey, girl. With you and me, that's all we need to make all the fireworks happen.
God.
What?
Tell me straight. You and Rurik, were you riding the devil's saddle?
Hey, big guy, have you ever slept with someone? I do it for love. I fell in love with a mermaid, and she had great big fins.
You are so strong. You are a woman of no bounds.
Hashtag sexy murder dream.
You have acted out of love. That is not a bad thing.
Because what plagues this land is love. You have ever lost something so dear that the rest of everything in your life fades like sand through your fingers?
They're all I have left of her. She's never coming back. And I'm so alone.
Many have lost what you have lost, and none would sacrifice what you have sacrificed.
Keep the flowers. Keep alive that memory. Find the thing that connects you.
His name, dude.
Yes.
Okay.
It's gonna be good.
Meant to be.
Because he's looking Billy Goat's rough.
It's the brazier of Conjuring Fire Elementals.
Scry me a river.
Spy. He's a spy. Barbarian joke.
Wanna go in a D8? That's
Room and Boar. Great place.
I believe you, but I kind of have bigger, pardon the pun, but fish to fry.
And it's called Counter Cell.
there it is.
It doesn't get old.
No. Although
Nothing gets old at this table except me.
This time.
Are you ready?
What is sound check? What do we do on sound check?
Well, technically, we're supposed to count to 5 so that you can balance our audio. However, we no longer count to 5. We do stupid voices and characters, and you're not even in the sound booth anymore. So, quite frankly, I don't know what this is.
Alan, you are a grunt in Metal Gear Solid complaining to yourself about getting assigned the quiet guard post where nothing ever happens right before getting stealth killed by Snake.
Okay. Oh, man. I hate this post. Huh? What was that noise? Oh.
Must have been the wind.
Nothing exciting ever happens. Huh? What was that?
It's a box.
Fun. Just a box. Just once, I want something to... Yeah!
Are you ready?
Sounds good to me.
We're back. And we are, as Charkus pointed out, arriving to Cote-Ferraux. So out the windows of the train. A bit of a different experience for you all. Coming into a very fortified city. The train is traveling through gates. There's a wall that goes all the way around the outside of the city. And your experience of it very quickly is that this is, you've been in a capital city, you've been a place of Candidates, arts and leisure. This is a place of industry, at least as it is growing into be. There is a bit of a smell to the air. There is a bit of an experience of this place of smoke and chimneys and everything that feels very alive.
Industrial?
Yes. As much as it can be here.
Right.
And Charkus can kind of point out
Given that we're not full industrial revolution.
Yeah, not yet, right.
On the cusp.
And he's pointing out, that they do coal mining here, and places that are alight in a way that you don't experience as often because they have access to those resources. And he's like, and there's heavy metals and iron. Wow. It really is, understandably, a place that might draw a surge. But it is also the home of the couple who are supposed to just get married, and then maybe all of this wouldn't have happened. Or would it? Or are they, how connected are they? Well, my brain is literally open with thoughts.
It feels like the marriage is just an excuse, though, for him to do this thing, right? He was like, oh, here's a great staging spot to get all these people together.
I mean...
But then why haven't they already done it?
No, the marriage was going to happen.
Yeah, and then it got canceled because, we had love stuff, and I'm here to save marriages.
But then how do you know the marriage is gonna, are all the guests still arriving anyways?
Well, we're gonna go over to the warlocksmith's house, and we're going to find out, and we're gonna tell him...
just standing by?
Maybe some have come and left.
Okay.
What do you mean it's cancelled?
I went all this way.
Since we're here.
Right.
I mean, hopefully they have.
Let's go check the coal mines.
Yes, right?
Tourist
Scenic
sites.
tour of growth and industry happening here in Cote-Ferraux.
We're here, we may as well do some ecotourism.
Right.
Makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. Check out the local arts and culture scene.
Now, my suggestion is, of course, that you all go and investigate, and I go talk to people.
Who are you gonna talk to?
Folks about town.
What does that mean?
Could you be a little more vague for us?
Sure. I would like to see a man about a bakery.
A man about a bakery?
What are you going to get at that bakery?
Cupcakes.
Well, this time less vague, please.
Oh. No, I mean, I think that I don't want to be spotted at the Foxlight Manor.
Yeah, fair.
Look,
Clearly Paladin is watching all of us anyways.
yes, he is. I want you to understand something, that I have given you a gift, whether or not you perceive it as one right away. But that will not come without some condition. And it is that whatever you mean to do to Paladin, you mean to do to Paladin. And it will not mean the sacrifice or collateral damage of others around him.
Especially wares.
Especially wares, but not limited to, could also include yourself.
Why do you tie my hands? The lives of some wares. He starts to like, he's kind of like trying to make himself look different. The Charkus that you know him as, and he starts to shift and shape to take a form that's a little bit different. And he takes a form slightly taller than you. And he kind of walks over and he's like, this is a gift, and I do thank you.
Be good.
No.
Okay.
That's what got me here.
No.
Be good?
I don't mean, be under the thumb of someone, isn't that kind of be good. I just mean, make good choices for yourself. Don't do things you're gonna regret.
One of the things you'll regret is doing something counter to what we want and our paths.
I don't understand why we will not trigger a trap for Paladin.
Because I feel like he might want us to. Do you really want to serve his ends? Like, you want to use the wares to lure him out. Maybe he wants the wares all together to get exactly what he wants. That's why.
And we'll stop him before that happens.
We don't know that we can. And we won't put those folks in the path and give him what he wants.
If we knew what the weapon was, maybe, but we don't know what the weapon is, right? Which means that, we're not prepared for that. So if we put somebody in the crosshairs of that weapon, we can't stop it.
It's a very powerful 30%.
Thank you.
Well, then I just go to talk to some friends I have here in the city.
You have friends?
No.
Ouch.
I will speak to some people.
Okay.
I am just checking in on the status of the city itself.
Do you want a pop
I will
sticker
come back.
for the road?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
He watches, he goes like,
speak to you telepathically, and I ask you, is Cupcake a rank in the sugar, which is retinue?
No. It's all cookies.
Thought so.
Yeah. Real narrow-minded. But branding.
I understand.
Gets weird if you go into other baked goods.
I promise to report back, and I promise not to do anything to put anyone in danger, including myself.
Is he still in Circle of Truth? Or did that expire?
That expired.
That expired,
okay.
yes.
You gonna pinky swear?
Look, we want to end Paladin as much as you do, but
I don't think you want to end Paladin as much as I do.
Well, okay.
Doesn't matter how much, we're going to end Paladin.
Yeah.
That's what you want?
Just there's a way to do it without serving his means, which has to do with these werewolves. Were peoples.
Hope you're right. Ta-ta. And if you will let him leave, he will fly open the door and take his exit.
I still, as he's walking away, I'm trying to catch his finger. Yeah, just slides through. Oh.
It still counts.
We didn't do this, though. I don't think it's binding.
Well, we can't stop him from doing what he's gonna do, but he knows his options and he knows the repercussions.
And we can be aware that he is a variable for us to contend with also.
Yeah, I mean, if he thinks that we have a chance of defeating Paladin, he's got to know that we 100% can do whatever we want to him.
So they're not gonna. At this point right now, we think that they're not gonna have this wedding because the god of love is not there to back up their loveness, right? And
I mean,
you-
that's what we've been told, more or less.
Yeah. But you want to make sure that they have this wedding because love rocks.
Yes.
What if we got them to have a secret wedding? So it's not a big thing that would like trigger a, Paladin-y thing. Like, do they really need all these guests? Isn't love, enough to do it in privacy versus this big celebration?
Yeah, I mean, we could do like it in
Little
private
elope.
and then have sort of a, well, I mean, not fake, but like, public ceremony that doesn't actually have the ceremony stuff.
I just
in
mean, like-
case it's the ceremony stuff that's the problem.
Yeah. Give them a little elope, and then we're like, oh, the celebration's this day, and then they're not even there,
Yeah,
and it's like, surprise, bitch, Paladin.
Yeah.
Yes. Surprise bitch Paladin. That's actually not bad.
What is our first stop?
You have in your notes from Aurora a map and access to where the location is and the invitations that they would have received. Specifically, they were for Valor and the Ambassador of Wares to attend, but instructions of how to get to the Foxlight Manor.
Right.
I mean, I think we just go to this manor. Like, let's talk to the people involved before we do anything. Like,
Should we just like...
Let us get as much intel from them as we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
To
also,
the
I've never
manor.
been to Cote-Ferraux.
Yeah.
I haven't either. It is new.
And you...
That way.
Yeah, disembark the train with all the other passengers.
If this is the train station, we're going that way.
It's one of those like really not to scale like tourist maps.
I was gonna say.
It's that way.
Yeah.
Every time.
And it reminds you of some of the architecture of Kent and Portalis. You're in the same country, but this one has it's just a bit more structured, and the fortified walls and the impression of strength transcends into the rest of the city as well. But there's still people going about their usual business. There's, people who are doing restaurants and market stalls. There's still the sights and smells of a normal city for good and for bad, like people are still dumping their pots out the corner and alleys still look like alleys. You'll see the occasional rat scutter. It's an alive city.
Yeah.
Just like you've been to before, but...
Here we are. This is awesome.
It's not too hard to travel through towards where there are more elaborate homes rather than a bunch of people in one building. So the Foxlight Manor, as you approach, is a part of a city. It's kind of obvious as you get closer because the grounds are full of tents and people milling about. And there are a couple of, looks like guards. People are kind of coming in and out. It's not as fancy as some of the noble estates that you visited, but it is its own property here in the city. So you would guess high merchant class, but not a noble. And their property is just overrun right now with what you assume are, as you suspected, guests who don't know where else to go, but they are fun people. And so you'll recognize the kind of thing that happens when you're at a festival and a bunch of people are like, we live here!
The
and
grass
there
is
are
just...
tents, yeah.
It is a big group of people mud wrestling naked.
There are people who are...
Who else is in?
And for yourselves, this is like, you've been on adventures now, you've been out traveling, you meet a lot of interesting people.
Yeah.
And if she was someone else who'd lived an adventuring life at some point, these are the people that she met along the way. So they've set up little spaces where they're cooking, but they are laughing and telling stories. Some of them that are, as you walk up the path towards the manor, some of them are putting down shields and swords, and they've taken their armor off a day or two ago, or whenever they arrived, but they've still got like setups of different, and they stick together in, some of them look like they might have been in an adventuring party. Although a little bit rounder now and older, so lots of salt in the beards and lots of people who are living comfortable lives, but they are still body and fun. You hear lots of music, you see lots of drinking.
You don't suppose that we could run into Hammerlane here, do you? Did she say she was coming to the wedding? Did we ever ask her specifically?
I don't remember.
Oh, what if she was here? That'd be so cool.
I think if she wants to be here, she can be here in an instant. So that there is that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I am distracted a bit. My mind kind of feels like ooze.
Oh, gross.
Yes.
Huh.
Oh,
What you need is a nice hot bath. That'll sort you right out.
You might not be wrong. Yes, a place where I can. A place of tranquility, I suppose, might not be bad.
Yeah. Okay, we'll find a nice tranquil place in a little bit. That'd be nice. I'd like to do some religion stuff too, you know.
Yes. Okay, shall we go inside the...
I don't know why I saw him, and as soon as I grabbed mine, I was like, what? What do we do?
Grab yours, though.
Oh, all right.
As we transition into this new city and this new space, make a Constitution roll.
Roll or save? Saving throw. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh shit. This would be a 24.
Oh, damn.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so for yourself, as you transition onto the property and you're taking these steps, you're now walking across some of this grass that everyone's laughing, and you hear this moment of, oh, this grass looks so trampled, like you remember at festivals and stuff, and then you look down at your own steps. And you remember from some of your visions where you've been leaving singed steps in your wheat fields. And so you have this panic that as you're trampling this, you might be doing the same here.
Ew.
And you're not sure. You feel what it feels like is a crackling beneath your feet, but you look down and don't see anything.
Okay. It's like, I'm just gonna continue to walk and kind of like just keep kind of glancing behind me.
Roll perception checks.
Yeah.
For Alla, you don't need to roll a perception check because you actually recognize a couple of these partying adventurers who have taken a little spot.
And Anthem's just kind of looking around, but mostly going like, just puzzling, just lost in like a web of what the fuck is going on.
You're still seeing that whole thing and working through it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your perception roll?
Seven.
Thick with ooze.
Ooze, yeah, ooze.
No one notices.
Okay.
Your steps.
Okay.
Except Chonkers.
Oh.
Who does roll higher on the perception. And so when you do look down and take a look back, as you're taking steps, usually he rolls a lot, and you look back and he has formed, you know when an owl, you pull up an owl and you see what their legs are like?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of goes, and then he's got these like owl
Human feet.
and you watch as he puts his footsteps in yours, where matching your footsteps.
Matching them, but also pulling his body up to avoid touching them?
Oh.
Freaky.
I just kind of Chunker, stop it. Roll around, be normal, be cool.
So how do we approach this? Do we just say, we are the slayers of convenience, or do we ask to talk to the Orlok Smith, or...
And Ella,
Fisher,
do you want to interact with the people that you recognize out here in the field, or do you want to just head in with them?
I'm gonna wave at them and be like,
What? What's going on?
I know them. Oh, they're fun. But like,
Cool.
let's do what we gotta do, then I'll introduce you.
Okay. I mean, should we talk to them?
I think we should
Yeah, because
get this done.
You say, should we talk to them? And you watch one of them take another drink, as though they've been like doing a drinking game and had a shot, and then like falls off their chair.
Like
Never
I said,
mind. Yeah,
they're
okay.
fun.
I want to do what they're doing soon.
But we should talk to them when they're sober enough to see what's been going on here.
Person on the floor is like hand in the air, thumbs
Who's
up.
who? Where's where? You know?
You
Yeah.
got to introduce me to these people. It's so much fun.
Cat will probably be able to tell us that stuff.
Who?
Cat, Rolo's the one on the floor.
Cat and Rolo.
Yeah.
I like the names already.
And Henrik looks like he's probably on his way
How
to
do you
the floor
how do
as
you
well.
know them?
I go around, I meet people.
Yeah.
Get around. All right.
At the door to the manor, you watch a very exhausted-looking person who clearly helps to make this place run, and they are just like, no more, ah! And then someone else is like passing by, and they're just like, there's not a single potato left inside the house. Stop coming inside and asking, and don't touch that vase. And then as they yell across the field at the people, and they're just like, and then now you four, are
Hello.
you delivering? Do you?
No, we
Right
are
on group.
new arrivals for the great wedding of the Warlock Smith
Hi.
Yep.
and the artificial.
Come in, take up a piece of field. The wedding is not happening.
We're not late. Oh, why not? What? Why didn't they send word?
Just come in.
Okay.
I'm Mog Arthur Cagforge. How are you doing?
I'm tired.
Hi, tired. I'm Mog.
When you say not happening, do you mean postponed or?
I don't know anything anymore. And you watch as they like turn on their like foot, and then they're just like, Jack.
Are they like the wedding choreographer or coordinator?
Yeah.
They're just like, fuck this.
Clearly someone who manages the household.
Has real AD vibes.
Yeah.
It's Kyler.
There's a puddle that used to be a ice sculpture.
Yeah, just a hand.
Okay, and you watch as Kyler like grabs
I love this.
like one little kid goes like just like screaming by naked,
Yeah.
and you watch as he picks it up and then like turns it around and like unleashes it in the opposite direction so that it doesn't like run into someone else.
Yeah.
Wind up toy.
Just you know, and he's like, there goes one of those. And he's like, inside the sitting room, and he's listening a little bit to see if like, I think their argument has died down. So
Argument. What are we walking into?
Oh.
Oh. Really?
Maybe we can make them more happy. We're good at that.
Yeah.
Well, she's good at that.
Alice, very good.
So, Jack, someone's here to make you happy. And he's like,
Don't say it like that. That's weird. Yes.
Happy
and
Jack.
you'll walk inside the house. It probably used to look like it was in great shape as you've been walking through this space. A well-to-do manor, but it's got loads of travel items along the walls, as though wherever Jack has been, and Sal, they have gone to lots of different places, and he obviously collects locks. So occasionally you'll see a little bit of that along the way, and inside the sitting room, he turns around to face you, and he is a goblin. And he's got hair and pointy ears, and his white and black hair is kind of slicked back. It's still black in some parts, but white along the edges, and it's got a sharp haircut. And then he's in a suit, not a wedding suit, but he looks dressed for town.
Sorry, what's the goblin's name again?
Jack.
Foxlight.
So as he turns around to look at you, it's unusual. We've never heard of a goblin holding, this kind of a position. And there's a woman in the room, a halfling, and she has very short hair with 2 braids in the front, short in the back. She is dressed in a dress, but it's got a leather apron on the front, and there's lots of bits and baubles and stuff. And you would guess this is probably Salmona, the bride. But also, they've been together for a long time. You can just sense an air about them. Yeah.
Everything about her seem a little fishy.
Roll insight.
I got it. I wrote it out and I was like, Sam.
Roll insights.
Let's see.
Right.
She is, you would guess, the artificer. Her garb is, she's dressed like she has a nice dress on and functional, practical boots, but over top of it, she's wearing an apron that has lots of pockets and latches and gears. More artificer vibes than fishing things. But if you look closely, you'll see that there are fishing hooks up and down the sides. More used as decoration.
18 insight.
Okay.
6.
14.
Nice.
8. Oh, sorry, 9.
Well, that changes everything. Okay, we'll give you your... I mean, you'll pick up the most on the situation between the two of them. They are still clearly care about each other. But whatever is going on right now is an intense relationship moment. And it has been going on for some time. So you can tell that it's that exasperation of that same fight again.
Oh.
And her motion is more people are arriving. Hello and welcome in. And I will take my leave. Please talk to the manor's head, and I will deal with the children.
You have children?
Yes, 3.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh.
We would actually... Would it not behoove us to speak with both of them at the same time?
Do we know you?
No.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
We are the Slayers of Convenience.
We're workshopping it.
I'm like disappointed that nobody joined me for the hands.
You pulled back, and then I just kind of left you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You guys suck.
Yeah.
Jack steps up next to Sal, and you know they are clearly in this moment a bit like, oh, this is something different, and so whatever she was expecting has modified. And the two of them seem to be, they kind of look at each other, they touch elbows. They are now like a little more unified than they were. She was expecting guests to the wedding, and instead this is something else.
Yes, we are...
Problem solvers.
Yes, appointed by powers that be, with the keen oversight of other lesser but still substantial powers. And we are here on behalf of said powers to...
Wow, this isn't really telling. This is Jack. This isn't really
I'm a
telling
warrior for love, sort of.
Are you selling something? Are you here to...
We are not here to sell anything, we are just...
We were asked to come here by several people, but most prestigious... We're on a mission from gods, but besides that, it kind of coincides with a summons to come here from the Empress of Orleans herself.
They look at each other like...
Well, at least Aurora.
Yeah, that's right. This wedding is kind of a big deal in a cosmic sense.
I've seen the moons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
we're working on that.
But I don't... Oh my... Jack... Why are they in our house?
We should talk in private.
Yeah.
Are we not in private?
We're here to help you.
I think we maybe should. They are very confused, and then Jack's like, maybe it would be best if you came back another day. You know?
Right now is really,
we don't
sort
have
of when
that
it
kind
has
of
to
time.
happen.
Yeah, these matters are rather urgent.
Look,
Yeah, moons. Weird. Probably should deal with sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Did your wedding that's supposed to have happened with all these guests, now you're stuck with him outside, and it's all up in your hair, and you don't like it. Did that all go kind of sideways and off track around the same time as the moon stopped shifting phase? We're wrapped up in something very big, and we think you are too. And that you might be in danger.
We think so too, but why are you here to... Why you? And...
Because it's us. Whims of gods and all that shit.
You watch Jack goes over to the door and he pulls the 2 doors closed so that the 6 of you are together. And you watch him pull a series of locks across the whole door, right? Different kinds of locks. And some of them slam closed this way, and some of them he turns a key, and some of them he makes kind of a motion as he goes down, and he's like, I've secured the room for our, what I hope is, best pass at some privacy.
Good. Yeah, so, Paladin for Alagrapinia, Cleric of Semjois, Bard of, not really of a god, but anti-Hest.
Yes.
And cool sorcerer guy. He's like,
I am stuff. I am
not really associated with gods at all.
Oh, brother-in-law of the goddess of play.
Yeah.
Consider that, yeah.
And in a representative of the noble houses of Tyrakis, among other things.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm Jack Foxlight.
We've heard.
And
Nice to
I'm
meet you.
just trying to get married.
Yep.
To someone I've been with for
Quite some time.
quite some time.
Yes.
Almost a decade. And she's kind of like, you say that like it's felt longer. And she's like, yeah. And I recognize an adventuring party when I see one. And obviously we know that this is all connected to some of my past.
What's your past? Tell me your backstory.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to say up front, we've seen this sort of thing before. I've already saved a marriage from like this weird, like suddenly no one wants to get married. They're like, we love each other, and then it's like, now we don't want to get married, but still secret love each other, but we can't get married. It was weird, but I fixed it. So like, your marriage, we're gonna get it going here.
We still love each other. That part's not the problem.
What is?
Then why aren't you getting married? What happened there?
But we don't have to get married. Well...
Are you becoming commitment phobic?
Why isn't the wedding happening? Let's put it that way.
And there were supposed to be 2 weddings, right?
Yes, and I'm not getting married without Winslow.
And where's Winslow?
I don't know.
Okay, that's a problem. Where's
Winslow's partner?
We didn't get a name.
Who was Winslow marrying?
I have a meta question while you look that up. You looked inside Chonker's mind and saw the transaction between Zelmac and Jack Foxlight.
I did.
Did you tell us about that at all?
No.
Shit.
But I know it.
Okay. Because he reminded it all.
Will
in
recognize
previous form, so maybe not. But Chonkers was in the possession of Jack, who traded it to Zelmac for a lock or a key? Wedding ring. Right. Okay.
Oh shit. I just have chonkers basically like hanging off the back of me.
Who's just staring with human eyes at Jack.
Yeah.
Jack opens his mouth and then another eye.
Jack has not spotted
Okay.
Chonkers in any way that makes sense to you.
Okay.
Of him being like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, who was Winslow marrying?
Finian.
Finian. Who is Finian? Have you met
No
Finian?
one of importance.
Is Finian a were-rat?
Yes.
Is Finian the were-rat who turned Winslow into a were-rat?
How do you know this?
Exactly. Like I'm saying, we're here. We're not here for no reason. We know a lot, but we don't know
Associated
a
with
lot.
rainbows in any way.
What?
Finian. See, have anything to do with rainbows?
Huh?
Apparently not. It's all right.
What is? No. Where are you going with the rainbows?
Just, rainbows. They're nice.
What?
It is a very deep cut.
Oh, I thought Ella was like, I've been hiding some shit.
There is an
You're
old
so
musical
connected.
called Finian's Rainbow that I believe is actually one of Francis Ford Coppola's earliest.
You're so caught up in the conspiracy that you're like, she put something together.
He was like, I'm putting it on the chart.
I mean, let's put it
There was a rainbow when we went to Mog's thing.
Yeah, in the swamp. The
No. She's making a face like, what?
I loved it when I was a kid.
Yes. Finian and Winslow were in love, and an accident happened.
An accident?
When he bit her and turned her into a were-rat.
Oh, right. They're both were-rats now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now.
No.
Yeah, I imagine that's a danger when you're banging a were.
And Winslow and I always said that when we got married and we were in love, we would get married and we'd have a wedding together. And it's my dream to make it happen, but because of
Paladin.
Yeah. she's gone into hiding, and now none of it can happen. And
Well, you guys, listen. I know you guys said you want to do a wedding, but weddings are more about you and your partner, and less about you and your buddy getting married together on the same day, but not together.
Jack looks at you like.
So.
Like, clearly he's made that point many times.
Oh yeah.
And is losing that fight.
She's a bridezilla.
Priorities. They're different for everyone.
Weddings are about family.
Brass tacks. Paladin. Elephant in the room. We gotta talk. You,
Yeah.
Winslow, Paladin used to be close.
What do you know, Salmonella?
We were very close.
Okay.
Like you must be to each other.
More specifically, the name Zurge. Want to gauge reaction insightfully?
Mm-hmm.
Insight.
19?
15.
Across her face transfers enough to you that the look that you make back at her tells her you know enough that she's like, okay. So apparently I need to tell you everything, and she looks over at Jack and he's like, yep, tell them everything. I mean, apparently here we are. I don't know how, we gotta talk about all the other things that are happening too, because not only is that happening, but we are not sleeping and she's having nightmares, and we trapped where Winslow is inside her mind, and
I'm sorry?
Hold
that back.
Yes. What?
Wait. Do you want to hear about that stuff, or do you want to talk first about Halidon?
Let's talk first about Halidon, because that was the first question.
We will put a pin.
So the location of Winslow is...
How to call her.
Okay, we'll bring that up soon, because first we should determine whether or not we want that because of what it will bring next. But Halidon, how long were you still friends with him when he started to become obsessed with Zurge?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Did that cause
it wasn't a relationship between the two of them. He was definitely interested in the new god.
Okay.
And it was something that we discovered on one of our adventures.
Did he?
How long ago was this?
Yeah.
This was before I met Jack.
Oh, so over a decade ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Holy shit, this god's been around for that long when everyone's only just hearing about him now?
Yeah, that's wild. I mean,
damn it.
Well, it wasn't very strong and it was very secret. I thought it would fade. I thought it was a little bit of a moment that was happening, but instead it
'Tis hard to slay an idea.
It went from being a spark we encountered on an adventure.
Where?
Like, where did we first?
Where did you
Where
encounter
did you
this
encounter
spark?
the spark? Yeah.
Where was that? We were underground. The first time. Maybe it feel like it was following him for some time.
So are you saying that halitosis didn't find Zurge, Zurge found halitosis?
It's hard to piece out now. I've been thinking about it a lot, of course.
Okay, well, clearly at some point here, this is going to become an Donovan episode, and you need to go inside their mind.
I'll figure it out. And then Jack looks like, you've been inside people's minds?
Yes.
Because, like, my patron gave me the whole idea to do this from a dragon, and I didn't think that, like, it was common.
Whoa, what?
What?
Dragon.
Yeah, no, I...
Dragon's name.
Pigeon Exco.
Pigeon.
Yeah!
Holy crap.
So
Got lost in his brain.
My, what?
Well,
my patron...
One fragment of an aspect of his mind, yes.
You know, it sounds like you guys probably might have this just solved.
No.
Is there some way that you could...
No, we're looking for the thing that pulls it all together, and we're hoping that, something that you know might be that piece that allows us to make sense of
Yeah.
a whole
Tell us all
bunch
the
of
things you
random
know.
Right, we are.
Yes.
Sal, tell him everything you know. It sounds like...
We get excited. Sometimes it sounds a little more aggressive than we intend. Sorry.
What did you just say about the dragon? Sorry, what was it about it?
Okay, so you know that Sal is a artificer.
Yes.
And you are a
warlock.
Of what?
Of a super rad key patron. You know?
Which is Pigeon Exco?
Key patron. Key.
No, like a great old one.
That which undoes.
What the hell is that?
A reptilian thing.
What?
Yeah.
Made of keys.
You do know, you guys have this solved. You guys are, why are you taking so long to fix the moons?
You sold something to an individual by the name of Zelmak, or perhaps it was an exchange. What was that thing?
What the hell?
What was that thing?
I am going to cast Zone of Truth.
Nice.
Oh, wow. This got awkward. Okay, so, sorry, babe.
I cast Attack Thoughts.
Everybody just gets real intrusive.
Well, meta here. If Zone of Truth is up, does it specify that you can only speak the truth?
Yes. It doesn't compel you to speak.
You don't have
But does it... Would it have an effect on what you're thinking?
No.
No.
Fuck.
But like a question would.
And then you could choose to not speak.
You can choose to
but
not speak,
you would
but
be thinking about the truth.
Potentially.
yes, but also the truth is what they think is true.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
we spent a whole episode about it.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna Zone of Truth this, just so you know, all up front. Just
and I will not enter anyone's mind unless I verbally state as much. What did you exchange or sell to Zelmak?
this is, just so you guys know, it's kind of crazy, like,
Yes, I know. It is. We don't. This is new for us also.
Surface level thoughts in this moment?
oh, he feels like he's going to be in huge trouble because he gave a piece of what he thinks is his own magic and connection to his patron for a magic wedding ring from Zelmak. So he's like remembering the same encounter that you saw. And he's just like, I don't want to confess that.
Does he think anything about Sentient Dust Bunny?
No, he thinks about the original version of the thing before it started absorbing.
But you asked, what did you sell him?
Yes.
A key?
A key.
I don't know this happened. What?
Oh no, that's what I'm reading. Out of
Yeah.
his
Okay.
brain.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
knows.
okay.
Yeah, this
So what he says out loud with the Zone of Truth up, he's like, okay, and he says, sorry, babe, again. I wanted to get a special wedding ring for Sal because she's awesome.
Oh.
And deserves it. And
Do girl.
Cute.
right? A magic wedding ring.
Oh.
What kind of magic ring?
One that, whenever you wear it, you can spin it and feel like your kisses are your first kisses again.
That sounds awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
But you got it from Zelmak.
Yeah.
You're cursed. I've been there.
Anyway,
They were funny curses.
So Zelmak had that ring, and I said great. And then he was gonna charge me something for it that was more than I'm sorry, Sal, you wanted to spend, but it was a little bit of me and my magic.
A little bit of you?
Well, like, I have a connection to my patron.
Do you have that ring here now?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to see.
We're supposed to have it at the wedding.
I need to
Give
see
it
that
Sal.
ring, please. And I need you to identify.
Sure, I'd like to switch focus to Sal and see what she's thinking in this moment.
And she's just a bit like, what the absolute fuck? She was like, we always said we would never do shady things with our magic and make shady deals with shady Zelmak, who's a piece of shit. And she's like, he took me to dig up a grave one time.
Switch back to him at that point. Okay, yeah.
It's more that she was like, don't you dare make a deal with Zelmak for some stupid piece of shit thing. And then not only did he do that, but he gave up a piece of his own like connection to his patron for it.
Oh, but you're not saying that out loud.
No, no. This is me reading
Yeah.
her thoughts and making. I just wanted to see if him talking about this made her, or if she's still super focused on like Howlin or something.
She's more like, and he'll probably never have access to more magic, which is why, and like he can't really level up, or he can't like her
Advance.
understanding.
It's got a shitty DM. We don't.
Not you.
He's gonna have to multi-class, okay?
You're locked on Warlock.
Yeah,
he's
Warlocks
like
suck. Get a class in
he's gonna have to multi-class, and I'm not marrying a bard.
These two. What the fuck? But her, if something else triggers it, she could start thinking about that way again. So
Yeah,
just wait
I
to
switch it back to him.
Okay. And he's just feeling like, oh shit, found out. But also, this is wild that you guys know all this, and he's kind of like, it's kind of just exciting as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, wait. So you guys know about, okay, so you know a bit about my patron, which is cool. And then, yeah, through that understanding, when I got stuck and I reached out to ask how we could solve some of this problem, we were gifted the chance to bury how to get a hold of Winslow inside Sal's mind.
Right. Who? By whom? Who gave you that chance?
My patron.
Is your patron a god?
No.
Something farther.
Yeah, he's a great old one.
What's a great old one?
An ancient, unfathomable being of unknowable will or intention. Sometimes they don't cast their gaze down on anything, or sometimes they cast their gaze down on but one thing.
Ancient, unknowable, unfathomable. I mean, you could know it a little bit, right?
Yes, but it, depending on how much you know, it might drive you.
Fathom a bit.
Yes.
Okay, I just say that you're being a bit like. Okay.
Right.
But that's like saying you know the ocean because you saw a glint of light off a wave.
That's I'm writing that down.
That would be a great song.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Maybe you could add that about like knowing Jerry on the pole.
No. No, that's different genre.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, I have to add something in here.
Yeah.
While
Yes.
you were turning to Ottoman to talk to him about that, and you're like, how can you know this unknown, unfathomable thing? Chonkers is slowly reaching up towards you and starts pawing at your face. And so by the end of this conversation, you're trying to bat. He's literally trying to put his hand, like his paws in your mouth. Like he's trying to like.
A child's.
Yeah.
I've been I've been looking at Chonkers the whole time, and I say, if I may.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to it. All right.
What the hell is going on today?
Jack. You.
What?
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 This is what you sold to Zelmak. It has been changing. It has been doing weird, unknowable, unfathomable things.
He's very fathomable.
And when I peered into its consciousness, it revealed the truth of itself to me.
Okay, and you kept this from us. Why?
Because it is unfathomable.
Is this when the eyes rolled back in the head? And Charkus was kind of out of it for a bit?
A little bit, yes.
You're going to need to be a little bit more upfront with us.
Sometimes.
Wait,
yes.
did you go into Chonker's head without, like, his consent, which you just said you wouldn't do?
You said you wouldn't do it to them.
True.
This was some
I mean, we've
time
seen
ago.
him do it to a bunch of people.
This thing is more than what you think it is, and I needed to confirm that it was or was not a threat.
But he's just little Chonkers. He's a dust bunny becoming real bunny. He's a sweet
Yeah, he
little
was
boy.
sort of a little, like, sentient dust bunny when we met him.
Dust bunnies that transform into real bunnies don't exist in nature based on any book of Arcanum that I've read.
No, but...
Nor do they whisper to you in your thoughts.
What?
Wait, Jonka's whispers to you in his
Oh,
in your
right.
thoughts?
Right. I was inside Jonker's mind, and that as well. That was
You were
weird.
in his brain too?
I told you about this.
Everybody in Chonker's mind except me?
No, the night when I was looking around was the night that's why you did it. Okay. I was searching to see if anyone was keeping
That's
track
my
of us.
key?
It is.
Is it? Oh, that.
It is a lot more than just your key now. It has been
I can
collecting.
take it back.
No!
I don't think that would be wise to do right now. It is
Why?
not.
How does Chonkers react to that?
What's
To him saying that?
I could take it back. He hears Mog's no and immediately tries to get back to Mog.
Yeah. No, give him back to me.
Wait.
Just give him back to me.
Wait, please.
Don't you hurt him.
I'm not going to hurt him. I don't think it can be hurt in a way that we understand.
I wasn't saying that, like, it's bad. It's just, if it is just the key, then I can just reabsorb him.
But it is not just the key, it has been absorbing something else in your absence.
No takes back seas.
Trying to fill the vacuum, and the only thing I don't understand is why it hasn't tried to hurt us.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's... Well, it maybe hasn't served its purpose.
Right. An unknowable, unfathomable one until it happens.
Give me
But not evil.
Give me back fluff.
Chonkers has been around for lots of evil detecting.
Maybe it'll...
Hungry.
Maybe it'll unlock something
It's not
someday.
hungry.
Unlock something. Okay, so you said. So
Wait,
you
we're
traded-
getting really distracted
Traded
from...
Zelmak a key.
Yeah.
For
A couple of
that
us
ring,
have attention problems.
Yeah.
and your ring. And
This ring?
And it's not doing what you want it to
Please.
do. All right.
It's a wedding ring that has a cool magic effect on it, so we can have lots of sweet kisses.
I have a ring that spins also. Please, identify that.
Okay.
Well, I thought you guys were gonna help us with the Halidon problem.
We are. There are a
all
lot of
together.
moving parts.
It's all connected, man.
It is
Like I said,
Mog
we know a lot of random things that we're trying to figure out how they go together. And you guys are our best leads so far.
What was the
And-
Pigeon Exco thing? What was your connection there again?
So my patron told me. So, okay, you know what? Take it away, Sal. My patron connected us with this ability.
What ability?
So, Winslow doesn't want to hurt people. Or everyone else. And the more that she celebrated being in love with Finn, the more that Halidon came for us. And as much as we used to love him, it's dangerous. So I can summon her,
Okay.
but I've hidden that information inside my mind.
Oh, the way that Pigeon Exco
The
created
ability to
control.
compartmentalize and manifest those things.
But now I feel like we're stuck. I should call her because whatever's going on, the moons have frozen in the sky.
Did she hide before the moons or during?
Or at the moment.
At the
of
moment.
Facts.
So I want to unlock it, but I can't. But also, if we do, it'll trigger whatever else is happening.
Right.
And all I wanted to do was marry Jack with Winslow to be there, and for some reason our happiness is impossible and somehow connected to the entire world being destroyed, maybe because of a friend who's so broken. I don't know what he's done beyond. Now I know what he's done. I think he's taken all of what he can do as magic and sacrificed people. Because I've heard things and I just didn't want it to be true. And now I know. If you're here, and this is all connected to everything, then I don't know what the right thing to do is. And I'm sorry.
The blood that stains his hand does not stain yours. However, now that you know that you can do something about it.
What if one of you broke and the rest of you walked away?
You're kind of shitty.
What might happen? Who knows? If people aren't willing to share.
Is everything they do also your fault?
No.
No.
People make their choices.
Yeah.
But you can do something about it.
And I'm trying to now, but I haven't slept in days.
Wait, have
And
you
the kids
not
are-
slept since you did the compartmentalization thing?
Neither of us are sleeping.
That's weeks, not days.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Time's really compressing down when you don't get good sleep.
Okay, sorry. What's this? What's this? Is it the wedding ring? What's this? What's this? What horrors will it bring? What's this?
Fantastic.
You have a magic ring. It is a simple wedding ring engraved on the inside with a saucy message to Sal from Jack. And it magically does make every kiss feel like the first time you kissed someone.
And that's all?
I just got a little curse on it.
Ah.
That does.
I identify does not detect curses.
There's a darkness to it that you can't tell what it is. But it reminds you of the little salt in the flavor of looking at all the other things from Zelmac that had little things with them.
Salty.
Yeah, that's it.
Your Nox ring burns as soon as this ring becomes apparent in the room.
I'm rolling perception on his face. Oh, come on. Of course, I'm casting Identify. I'm focused on the fucking ring.
You look like you're busy with something, and I'm just gonna boop you with guidance. What are you doing? Boop. Need some help?
It won't help.
Oh, okay.
You still boo boo.
He wasn't angry enough for it to be a 1, but he knows
And you have a paladin of joy traveling with you, trying to make people get married. This is
Not making anyone
No.
get married. I'm
Help.
trying to save love.
Trying to fix weird situations. This does what he was talking about. But
See? A good
Identify
spend.
Doesn't
And it brought another whole life into the
detect
world.
curses. Can anyone detect curses?
That's not what I would call that.
Never if I could detect curses.
Don't think I can do that.
Anthem.
What's up?
Chonkers is the key by which Sal would unlock that memory fragment in her mind. I am sure of it.
I'll answer back mentally. We need to avoid this or embrace it, but I think Haldan's going to kill Winslow to make the purple mushrooms because he's going to sacrifice his love, and that's how he wants to kill the god of love somehow.
kill the god of love, you would kill your own love?
Yeah. Kill love. Kill the love within your heart. Literally and, metaphorically creates that mushroom. So the sacrifice is also with love in it.
They're talking to each other in their
Fucking
minds, aren't they?
wizards.
They are. I'm just kind of like seeing you guys like.
We don't do. I don't do that. It's like holding your finger up to your ear when you have an earpiece.
Do you guys mind if
I
the
literally
kids in?
have to touch my head when I do it.
So I catch it. But I'm responding to her so I don't have
Only Ella that does it when she's trying.
You guys are just silently like eye fucking each other from a.
I don't need to
away.
look at anybody. Yeah.
But
I guess.
Oh wait,
but they're not. They
I
can
just
be the
need
same
to
thing.
point at the person. Is the thing.
I don't need the.
So-
But I can do it.
Components.
Sounds like okay. So, I appreciate that you are all here to help. Now what?
So when you gave away this thing, this power that was bequeathed to you by your patron, did you know it would turn into a sentient creature?
Nope.
So how did it turn into a dust bunny, becoming more real?
My guess is Zelmak.
Really? Then why did Zelmak give it to us for free if it's such an unusual, powerful thing?
Maybe it didn't do what he thought it would do.
Chonkers, you're perfect the way you are. Don't ever change.
Chonkers spins he's still facing forward, but his
Yeah.
whole head spins around to face you. And as it looks up at you, and it kind of like, and then a long tongue kind of like comes out and licks its own eyeball and comes back around, and it just looks at you, and it's just like mouth extends. And then it just says quietly, hoping that only you hear.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was biting Mog.
My face just torn off.
I rolled a 1.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Oh!
What do you mean together, Chonkas?
What?
What?
Chonkas, said together.
Maybe. You just
Said?
talk to me.
My God, stop
Yeah,
hiding
like
things
whisper-
from each
whisper-
other.
whisper it.
Because you guys are all saying terrible things about making Chonkers get reabsorbed and
Nobody said that.
Didn't say that.
He did say that.
Yeah, I
but
get
it would
that's
be
not us.
But it would be a bad idea because whatever that thing is not necessarily the same thing you took out of yourself.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Right?
that.
It has changed since. It has absorbed other things.
Can I touch it?
No.
No.
Yeah, that seems
Not
like
unless
like a
Chonkers
bad
wants
idea
to be
until we know
touched
what's
by
going
you.
on.
Ooh.
Chonkers, do you want to touch him?
Chonkers cuddles up closer to you, and then as he gets closer, he gets closer, he gets closer, and he gets closer, and he gets closer, and then again the mouth drops down, and it says, "Not with the hag here."
I just kind of like, very quickly like,
I only rolled 13.
I'll talk to you later.
What?
Wait, I don't know how to mind communicate with you guys. As we recall.
No, you don't.
We'd have to initiate it.
Yeah. I just kind of like.
Me?
Oh, yeah. What's going on? What?
She does through gritted teeth in her
Like
mind.
in the room with us?
I think so.
Okay.
I cast
Right.
Detect Good and Evil.
Yeah.
Ooh. Shit.
You can tell where it is, right?
Okay, while that's happening, I'm going to say, as a distraction. So this is probably cursed because I can't detect the curses. Is weird things been happening to you?
So I don't have Detect Good and Evil. I only have Divine Sense. Although we have been
I have
using that
In a
Evil and
similar
good.
way, yeah.
Yeah.
So I could do it.
But technically is Hallow spell or fiends, undead, and celestials.
God, I love an intrigue episode. This is my wheel.
Oh yeah.
It's all yeah, baby. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay, so while you are assessing this stuff, I just want to. So as Chonkers is like, you know, the mouth closes up and then it stays close to you, and it's kind of like.
Yeah.
And Sal and Jack are like, you're asking if weird things have been happening. Yes. I mean, more so even around us. And at first I thought it was just all of this happening and Paladin watching. But lately it's gotten even worse. And like I said, I stopped sleeping, but then the last few days, I'm more than just tired.
I can.
Okay, no, Divine Sense says as an action you can detect good and evil.
Great.
There you go.
I could potentially help you with the sleep part of it if you become a willing participant. I could cast that spell upon you.
So I have done my Divine Sense.
Okay, and so are you able to detect exactly a location, or is it just through? Because it's through wood and stuff as well, right?
Says the presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover.
What?
Fiend!
Within the same...
Extreme evil! Upstairs.
Upstairs?
May I?
Is that not... Does it go through barriers or spell?
Yeah, there is.
There's conditions of it, I think. Like
Yeah.
it can pass through certain...
I guess this house is
It pass through wood, not lead, maybe stone, but not a lot of stone.
I'll still give it to you. Upstairs. Somewhere.
Oh shit.
Great.
Yeah, it says that it is not behind total cover. So if it's upstairs, I wouldn't really be able to.
Just a vibe of that. Not...
Nasty vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. But the important thing is it's not coming from someone in the room. Is there anybody else, like, in this house that...
There are so many people.
Well, other than, like, servants? Or
Guests. Wedding guests?
So anybody...
anyone staying in the house?
Anybody a mean person?
Sal's just like, you know, I'm not really running them all through a...
Mean vibe check?
Yeah. It's some people I know, some people Jack knows. I actually don't remember everybody from my adventuring days for good reasons. You know, you get a couple of concussions, you get a couple of magic knocks on the head. Sometimes someone's like, I know you, and you're like, sure.
Sometimes you magically compartmentalize your memory into.
That was just for Winslow.
So there might be somebody around that's not so great. Can we start a fight in your house?
Did you just ask if we could start? Who are you speaking of?
Let's not do that. But, you know, I need to use the little girl's room. I'll be back in a minute. Back out.
Wait.
I'm gonna go with you.
You.
Oh, I don't want, like, chonkers and stuff.
Jack, Jack did lock things when we first came in here.
Yeah, you can't just leave. Jack would have to unlock them. Yeah.
I really gotta pee.
Yeah, you really don't want me to
You
pee.
pull at the door. You're holding chonkers tight.
Yeah.
You're both paying attention to Jack and Sal. And we'll pull out a board and talk more about that in our next episode!
Can we start a fight in the house? Roz is like, hold my episode.
I got a whole board for you. Let's go.
Okay, great.
Do you mind if we break some stuff in your house, maybe?
I mean, just like a little bit of stuff. No big deal.
Durst in here.
Just
That took me a second.
one of those
my
days.
goodness.
Yeah.
These camps. Okay. At the end of this episode, we'll pick right up here into our next episode of Eat, Slay, Love. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've had some of these juicy episodes where you start to pull all your threads together and things get connected and your players put together some of the important pieces that you've been laying along the way. Thank you for joining us. When you roll the dice, you make the magic happen. Bye, everybody!
Hell yeah.